Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Welcome to. I'm 5 minutes in advance. I guess I was excited. Welcome to another daily prompt from the Daily 5 Challenge. Today we are doing Lady Luck. And I want to say hi to everybody on Instagram that is showing by Moses, Sketch, Chitanita, Cherry Bomb, Aussie Raid, Killing Nightmares, Nux Foy. Hi guys, welcome to the live. If you have any question, you can drop in the chat. I keep my eyes on it at all time. And yeah, let me know if you hear me well, see me well, all that jazz. And with that being said, I want to say hi to everybody that's on YouTube. I cannot see the people that are on YouTube until you actually say something in the chat. So if you're in the chat with me, go ahead and say hi. I'll answer back. I want to say hi to Very Thing. I hope I pronounced that right. Hi. And so yeah, today we're doing Lady Luck. I'm going to continue with this awesome new kind of style that I've been developing this month for the 5, which I absolutely love. I'm having big projects for it. Also, I want to do a project with this. But yeah, today we're going to just paint. So I'm inviting you to paint with me if you are participating into the Daily 5. And if you are in the tribe, share your work. Be sure to get involved in there. It's super fun to see the work that's been created all month long. And I need to think about what we're doing in December. I really love what we did in November. It was kind of out of the box compared to the rest of the year, and I think I want to keep on that road. So if you like the theme of November, stick around because I think you'll like December as well. And with that being said, let's draw, let's paint, let's do this. I don't know for you guys, but today is actually the 28th here in Thailand, where in the States it's going to be probably tomorrow. So I'm going to say Happy Thanksgiving tomorrow as well, but Happy Thanksgiving in advance to everyone that is celebrating Thanksgiving. So yeah, Lady Luck, what do we have here? I already created that so I could have something to get started with, and I have my Bard of Inspiration. I think I'm using this girl for the lighting on this particular piece. So I'll have a look at that. I want to say hola to Omkara. Hi guys, welcome to the live. All right, I'm going to just jump right in. I got 2 faces for this one because I think I'm going to put them side by side. I have this reference with this reference. And I'm using the lighting of the one from the left. Oh, if you're on Instagram, I'm talking about these references here. So that's a reference for the light I'm going to take, and that's a reference for the anatomy I'm going to take. And I'm going to merge them into this new portrait for the Lady Luck. So yeah, let's just jump right in, I guess. I'm totally cold this morning. I haven't had the time to warm up, so that always takes a little bit of time. Tell it to all my students and everybody that do art to warm up, and usually there's that saying in French, we say cordonnier mal chaussé, which the translation would go to shoemaker with bad shoes. Ultimately it means that I don't follow my own recommendation. I should have taken the time to warm up before going there, but then again, this challenge is all about having fun, so no stress. We'll just warm up slowly. So yeah, like I was saying, I want to do a card deck with this series. Been very inspired during the entire month, and it's been super fun to paint these characters. So I want to continue. What software are you using, Daniela? I'm using Photoshop. Funny as all the same questions appear every week. I should find a way to maybe like write that down on the screen somehow, although Instagram it's kind of hard because it's a smaller screen. I'm using Photoshop. There's a lot of software out there, and I love to repeat to everyone that's asking me for my software that you can really do this with any software. You don't need Photoshop, you don't need Krita, you don't need Procreate. All you need is a software, whatever software it is. So that's my 2 cents about that. So yeah, a little bit of a challenge here as I'm trying to put together two different references, one for the lighting, one for the anatomy. Could you explain about rendering and how to do it? I mean, I'll be rendering a bunch, so if you stick around, you'll have a good example of that. I would like to show you some graphic I did under Photoshop, but the render isn't the same. If you share your work in the tribe, if you share your work within the tribe and tag my name, because I allow everybody to tag my name for the time being. It's not a lot of people that take advantage of it, but you can do so. So if you join the tribe, link in the description or in the bio, you'll be able to tag my name, and I'll try to give you some feedback if I see your work pass by. So no problem there. And when it comes to rendering, I'll be rendering this piece today, so you'll be able to see a good example. But if you want classes that are well designed to show you step by step, especially when it comes to character, I'm having a super huge deal right now for the Black Friday. You can save 80% on the character design bundle. And if you're in Instagram right now, you can literally put BF24 and put an automation that will shoot you a link to the deal, so you can get advantage of it. So yeah, if that's something that you're interested in. Trying to match those two. It's definitely going to be a challenge. I want to say hi to BVS90 on YouTube. Thanks for joining. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's fun to be able to do these week after week, because I get to recognize a few of you guys that are showing up every week, and that's super nice. I wish I was able to do these a little bit earlier. I feel like my biggest audience is in the States, but me being in Thailand makes it really hard. Although we're looking to relocate closer, maybe in Europe, but that's down the line. For now, I'll be here probably all next year. We'll see. So yeah, I've been loving to keep those new portrait a little bit like softer, with like just more sketchy stuff. It's been pretty fun rendering it slowly. And Daniela, you're in Africa. Oh, that's awesome. So I'm assuming it's early morning for you. Good morning, top of the morning. So yeah, if you are with me in the chat right now, let me know. Are you participating into the Daily 5? Have you had the chance to participate this month? I know November can be like busy with the beginning of the holiday season and all. So sometimes our habits are taking a hit, but I'm hoping that you were able to find some time to push your skills a little this month. Here in east of the country, it's 4 a.m. Oh, wow. Very good morning to you. Very early. Trying to see the entire... There we go. All right. So like I was saying, I'm trying to keep these illustration as kind of rough and putting a lot of expressions in the brushstrokes. Inspired from a few different artists, but one of them being Lion Decker. Absolutely love his style, and I love the way he played with strokes, and it's not showing right now. I'm gonna add that a little bit later on, but I will add some of his amazing techniques on this portrait later on. VVS90, how long did it take you to do the sketching part of this piece? And hello Kat, welcome back. It depends. It depends. I think for this one it was not too long, because I kept it really, really rough. It depends. Sometimes, you know, I have a hard time with proportions, and I end up like doing like more than one sketch, and sometimes it just goes on the first go and then it goes pretty fast, but with all honesty, I did all of these at the beginning of the month and I kind of don't remember now, because I have to I'm gonna put that darker, I think. I have to do it at the beginning of the month because I need to create the thumbnails for YouTube. So what I like to do is I create very rough illustrations, use them as thumbnails, and then during the rest of the month sorry, I cannot do two things at the same time. During the rest of the month I go live and then polish them and finish them, kind of thing. So I forgot how much time it took me, but looking at the construction of it all, probably didn't took me that much time, because the anatomy is not perfect. But then again, I've been playing also with like just trying to keep things loose and not have too much of perfectionism within the first steps, so I keep the whole process more fun and less stressful. And so far I like what I'm doing. But I think after a little while, it's good to refine your workflow, and I think I'll have like a moment for this kind of new style that I'm establishing, and I'll have to just sit down and refine the flow so that I don't go too much back and forth, because what happens is I keep things loose, which is great because it allows me to experiment more without feeling constrained or stopped. You know, when you're like in front of a painting and you're scared of messing it up usually it's because you don't let yourself go enough. So I wanted to make sure that that would not happen. But the other side of the coin is that sometimes there's a lot of back and forth afterwards to fix proportions, to fix the painting, things that I would have took the time to do if I took more of my time. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the results that I get so far. So I need to fix the anatomy of that nostril here because I'm trying to following this nostril. And it's definitely a fun challenge to have two different reference, one for the anatomy, one for the lighting, and then kind of mix those two. But yeah, it brings some back and forth. Kat, I was going to start drawing, but I saw the live announcement. Hey, well, you can definitely draw with me. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. It's a little bit for that I'm doing these lives, you know, so that we can have some fun at the same time while painting. So yeah, let's put that in transparency a little bit more. And we're probably gonna have like a very bright occlusion, specular highlight in her eye right there probably. So yeah. There's a bit of trial and error here. Trying to see what I can do. Also finding it stylized a little bit more than I usually do things, which is great. I'm super inspired these days by, well, it's been a few years I'm following him, but Max Greca, he's just so good with his shapes. And I'm having a hard time just letting go of realism. I know Sam does art as well. I think his name is Sam Yang. Was saying that his style and popularity blew up the second he stopped doing like realism. But I also think that doing realism at the beginning is just a good thing, just to get yourself understanding like proportions and stuff like that, because stylization is a way to see realism, you know. So having the right proportions ultimately will help you stylize your piece at the end. So yeah. I want to say hi to Oxal. The audio has no sound. Can anybody else hear me? Because you should be able to hear me. Let me know if you hear me. Oxal, it could be you, because I think I've been live for a few minutes and I think people can hear me, but let me know. Let me know, people, if it's me or if it's Oxal, and I'll try to see what can be done. But I haven't done anything to stop the sound. So technically, you should be able to hear me. Gil, the sound is okay. Thank you, Kat. Gil Elfgreen Sounds good on YouTube. Awesome. I don't hear you. I'm not sure why. Oxal. For all of you guys on Instagram, I see 8 of you. Yeah, you can hear me? Alright. Maybe you guys can help Oxal. Thank you for letting me know, Mag said. Yeah. I didn't thought it was me. Gil Evergreen. Let me go check that right now real quick. Gil Evergreen. I guess art. Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah. That whole kind of style, very I want to say 1950s, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's a little bit later. No, it's a bit earlier, I think. No, it's got to be there. Around on that. Yeah, that pin-up style is very nice. It's very nice. You sure can hear me, sir, says Killing Nightmares. Thank you so much for letting me know. On Instagram. Let's keep pushing. I've been using a lot more the lasso tool and mixer brush together for the past few weeks, and it's a technique that a lot of great artists use that I know how to use, but I haven't used it much for the past, I don't know, few years. I'm pretty happy with the result that it gives. Helps you to have like hard edge and soft edge with more ease. Which is nice. So yeah. Let's try to soften up those things. Once you understand how to render a portrait, sometimes you'll be able to like add different lighting, like this one in the corner of the mouth. I know it's there, but it's not on the reference. I'm still adding it just to see how it looks. And that comes with practice. Once you have a few more portraits in the sack, you'll be able to do those kind of things. Gives you that freedom of like just trying things that usually work. So what do we have so far? I think I got these 3 things. Yeah. So rendering slowly. Thank you, Antonique, for letting me know about the sound as well on YouTube. So yeah, let's try to push the hair a little bit. The reference for the hair, I'm kind of following her hairstyle, which I think I'm gonna render it by thinking about that lighting first. Let's render the forehead first. Let's see. Let's go with some darker tones here. Just do that, and then maybe just kind of do this. Oops. Are those regular brushes? Yeah, you can get these brushes for 100% free. Those are the brushes I've been using on all my illustration for the past year. They are the brushes of the Daily 5 challenge. And if you are in on Instagram right now, you can simply put in the chat, is it D5? Yeah, D5, letter D and 5. I'll send you a link. I set an automation for it, a link with the brushes. Same thing with the portrait, sorry, not the portrait, the character design bundle that is in sale right now for Black Friday. If you are interested in learning about it, just put BF, that's for Black Friday, BF24, and I'll send you a link. It's 80% until November 28, midnight PT, so technically another 24 hours until the deal goes away. And in there I put so many things. There was someone asking me about like skin texture earlier this week, and I give my skin tone class in there as well in the bundle if you want to go check it out. And yeah, killing nightmares. Let me know if the automation works for the brushes, as I see you putting the D5 in the chat. It should work. I did that the other day. So yeah. What do you got so far? Rendering. There's something so relaxing about just rendering, really. I really love it. So yeah, I want to move the eye, but I don't want to move it now, but eventually. And I think I'm going to add more redness to the nose. It's another trick that I talked about this week. How to make the nose and ears just a little bit more saturated to really make your skin tones just that much more vibrant. So yeah, thank you for everybody that voted yesterday on my Instagram post. I was asking if you prefer the Garrison hat. Let me check actually if I'm able to see the results so far. The fisherman hat is winning, but the Garrison hat was winning before that. That's fun to see that. I like both, but maybe yeah, the bucket hat, fisherman hat, looks slightly better. More artist: Judge, Petty, Alberot, Vegas, Earl, Morin, Ernest, Shiraka, and Joyce Valentine. Thank you so much, Kat. I'm gonna have a look at them later on. All great inspiration for my project, really. Yeah, I'm so excited about that project, that card deck that I want to create, and I really want to have the entire community help me with this project. So I'm thinking about ways I could create a series of videos on YouTube and ask for feedback as I work the kink of the of that project. I think it's gonna be fun. I never did that. I saw other artists do it, and I thought that looks like a fun thing to do. What's the point of having a nice community like we do if it's not to do those kind of projects? So yeah, keep an eye for that. Keep an eye open for that. And this is going to come in the weeks to come, months to come. I don't know how much time it's going to take me to finish the entire deck. It's 54 cards, but there's only 16 cards with actual characters on them. So my goal is to maybe finish it within like 2 months, maybe. Could be a good goal. That reflection could be more blue, I think. Yeah, I think that's better. A little bit more reflection there. Something darker there. So yeah. Let's try to push this just a little bit more. Maybe that's too much. So yeah, so like I was saying, today's the 28th here, and I'm going into a cornhole tournament that one of my friends is doing for Thanksgiving. So we have a small community here of American. I'm not American myself. Well, technically I am Canadian, American continent, but I'm not from the United States. So our Thanksgiving in Canada is actually much earlier. I believe it's in October. Yeah. And it's usually not really like celebrated, at least in my family. But when I got to travel and meet some Americans around the world, I realized that it's much more celebrated for them. So we got a very nice invitation to join their festivities today, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be nice. I don't know if I'm going to have some turkey, but cornhole tournament sounds like a lot of fun. If you don't know what a cornhole is this game where you throw a pocket of sand into a hole. So yeah, I think that's gonna be fun. So yeah, if you are with me, if you have any questions about what I'm doing, let me know. I can see if I can explain more as I'm doing it. But again, reminder that these are not supposed to be classes. It's just me participating with you into the Daily 5 challenge, which I'm hoping that you're doing the same thing as I am participating in today's prompt, which is Lady Luck. And I've been having a lot of fun just kind of like creating more than just one item, one character these days, but at the same time it takes more time to do than, let's say, just one character. I used to be able to do these prompt into like an half an hour, but now for the past few weeks they take me at least a couple of hours, sometimes more. So yeah. Cat, you say in my country there were great painters who made calendars. The company is called Galas de Mexico. And one of the famous one was Jesus de la Helguera. His work is beautiful. All right, I'll go have a look later. That's another thing I would love to do, calendar, you know. And I might be able to do it. You know, that the genius of having a big project, like making a series of cards, but really just a series of anything, is that you get like all these illustrations afterward that you can create product from. And I'd love to do like maybe obviously prints from them, but maybe some t-shirts, maybe a calendar. Sounds like a good idea, like a fun idea. That could be super cool. Killing Nightmares. How is the life of an illustrator artist in Thailand? That's where you live, right, sir? Is there better than the Western countries? I mean, I think being an illustrator wherever you are in the world is just awesome. It's privilege, really. But what I love about Thailand is I love the culture, I love the people, I obviously love the weather. So we moved here a few years ago and just fell in love with the place. I live in northern city called Chiang Mai, which is just it's a kind of city where you have a lot of art, good restaurants. It's enough of a city that you have big malls and all that stuff, but without being stuffed into like a huge city like Bangkok, which is humongous. So yeah, I love it. I'm here with my wife and my son, and we've been here for a little bit over 2 years now in the house that we're renting. But I've been on and off in Asia for many years now, and I definitely recommend it to anyone. But we're going to move to Europe probably next year, because I know I've been talking about this a few times on these lives, but Chiang Mai in particular has a season where the farmers are burning their crops every year all at the same time, and the air becomes unbreathable. Now, if you have the luxury to be able to leave the country, most people do that. They just leave the country for a few months, they come back, and then the air clears out, and it's amazing again. But with my son now being born, makes that option kind of like not super possible. So we want to find a place that we don't have to move. So we'll probably be leaving forever. I'm a little sad about it, but at the same time I'm a little excited. It's a new adventure to have with my wife, to have with my son, and it's going to be great. So yeah, Let's see, what do we have so far? We went from this, whoops, we went from this to this. So yeah, I think I like the direction of where is this going. I think I was able to mix the two reference pretty well. Let's push her. Now she is going to be just a one-on-one of this. I really like the character here. Just gonna try to push. I have the reference here for people on Instagram, but for the main character, I was making a mix of two references, which were these two right here. So we have kind of the lighting of this with the anatomy of her. Yeah, pretty happy with the way it turns out right now. And I really love the new style that I'm developing of like almost like collages. I think it's just nice. I'm not gonna push too hard the detail of this character because I don't think it's gonna be as important as the portrait that's in the back. I'll try to push it a little bit. I'm going to try to use the same tones from the other portrait that I already created, so the colors match a little bit. Things like the lips, because technically they're supposed to be the same character, or at least that's what I'm trying to establish. Okay, Kat, thanks for letting me know. See you in a bit. Yeah. If you've been participating this month and if you're there with me, let me know if you like the theme, playing cards. Did it inspire you? Were you able to push your skills a little bit more? Yeah, let me know. I think I'm gonna flip that a little bit. I feel like whoops. I feel like the head and the eyes should be pushed so she looks at me more. Film the channel. You said you really enjoyed the theme. Awesome. Did you participate into like previous ones? Let me know, because I feel like this month what was different was it was more conceptual than just like a one thing to draw. kind of thing. That's what I personally really liked it. But I know that's the the goal of the daily 5 is to be able to kind of spend whatever amount of time you have. Sometimes it's very little, and so I want to make sure that these sessions are not overwhelming, so you don't have to spend like hours on each of them to create something nice. What was your first time? Oh, awesome. Well, then hopefully it was just good enough for you to try to do next month as well, because I feel like next month is going to be similar to this one. Different team, but probably more conceptual pieces. Or at least that's what I would like to. I always have a lot of time, like a harder time to do like smaller faces than big faces. So big, so weird. It's like proportion wise, like you need to just put less information on the portrait and ultimately make kind of different choices, I feel. I don't know if I'm alone here thinking that. When you're doing like a big portrait, I feel like once you understand a bit of the anatomy, it just goes faster and easier. And you really like the low risk. Yeah, that's the main idea of the daily 5 is whatever amount of time you have, you put it in, and then you move on. You don't dwell on it, and the idea is that little by little you get better without having to spend a lot of time. Like what I realize is most of my students, the number one reason why people are not painting is it's a lack of time. But it's not that they don't have the time, it's that it feels so overwhelming sometimes to start a painting that you end up just not doing anything, right? But if you have this kind of like limit where you're like, all right, I'm gonna spend just 5, 10, 20, maximum in half an hour, suddenly it just opens your mind to the possibility that you might be able to do it with the little time that you have. And I think that's definitely the strength of this challenge. But at the same time, if you have the time, then I encourage all my students and community to then spend a little bit more time. That's what I've been doing this month. And to be fair, that's the first time I'm doing it in like, oops, sorry guys. It's the first time I've been doing it in like in a year. Because I was real busy myself, so also the challenge rules really helped me to also get out of my rut. Because it's not because you're a full-time artist that you have as much time as you want to create personal pieces and whatnot. So that was fun too. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do next week because I haven't planned it yet, but I want to get inspired from what we did this month to create the new prompt list and have some fun. Hey Kat, welcome back. Welcome back. All right. I'm gonna have to fix that head later on for sure. All right, now let's just see if I can push some more. Some more of the rendering real quick. Technically, I think you would have that there. Trying to keep things a little bit more saturated could be interesting. I'm actually excited. Like, I want to get to that cat. I think that's what I want to paint the most. So I'm just trying to push this character a little bit more now, but I'll be trying to render the cat afterwards. I know I asked that last week, but did you guys watch the finale of Arcane? And were you sad to think that that would be the last season? I'll never understand why they're doing this. It was the same thing when they did Ted Lasso. I mean, of course, if you have a good show and it did super well, and you know that like you won't be able to, I don't know, keep it to the high level of what it is, I guess it makes sense to want to just kind of like cut your losses, I guess, by making sure that people just keep a good memory of it. But man, Arcane was just so well done. Such a good show. I could have watched a million seasons of that thing without even without getting bored or anything. And it's not just the visuals. Yeah, the visuals are amazing, but that storytelling, those characters, which kudos to Riot for that. Is that Riot that did that? I don't remember. But just kudos to those creators that created those characters. They're just amazing, those vivid stories and all. Just amazing. Really wish it would have continued. And if you're on Instagram right now with me, don't be shy. You can ask questions, converse. I'm here for that. Always leave them wanting more. Also, they will end Arcane, but probably start something new. Yeah, that's what I heard, is that the Riot, or whatever, the company that owns the rights to those characters and stories, they are planning on just keep them, I guess, and create something more, but I don't know, like when you get attached to certain characters, it's like the Avengers, right? When the Avengers, I mean, like, okay, actors have been like doing it for over 10 years. They get older. They cannot do the same thing over and over. I understand that, but cannot expect the same success with different characters. The characters are important. Those are the characters that you were like trying to follow and that you fell in love with, and ultimately they're the reason why we're all so excited about it. So if you're doing another Arcane series or whatnot, like nothing guarantees the success like it was for the first version of it all. At least that's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you think the same. So yeah. All right. Let's push a little bit more the dress, but I want to get to that cat. So yeah. Let's push this. Let's start this cat. I've been kind of painting on only one layers all that time, if you guys are wondering. Using more like an approach of traditional medium ways to do things. What do we have so far? We went from there to there, rendering slowly. I always like the satisfaction to see like how it goes. Let's push that lucky cat. I think I'm going to use fonts. So I'm going to, for the good luck, so I'm going to start by rendering the cat. And afterwards, I'll add the afterwards I'll add the typos, the font. Maneki Nico Lucky Cat. Is that the name of it? I didn't know. I just know that I see that cat a lot in Asia. They have it like in stores, They have it in like taxis, and I think it's supposed to be like a good luck that brings money, I think. So probably every shop has one. I've been keeping my lines all this month like very like part of the illustration and leave them there and on purpose, and I really like the effect that it does. Just add some like a scratchy way to do things. I think it's very nice. Yeah. Cat, you say Manikineko is a popular Japanese figurine that is believed to bring good luck and fortune to owners. Well, I guess that explains it then. Thanks. I knew it had something to do with, yeah, good fortune and good luck. I'm wondering where did it start? Oh, it started in Asia, but I mean like from which era and which context? Because right now I feel like the one that we have it's been commercialized a lot. It's probably not how it was when it started, I would assume. I'll say hi to Juo Rosa on Instagram. Hey, welcome to the show. It's not really a show, but welcome to the stream. So yeah, just pushing that lucky cat. And the rest of the illustration slowly. I wasn't sure I was going to do that today when I started, because I wanted to maybe like work on the Queen of Heart instead. But I'm happy I took a break from those cards to this one. I think it looks pretty cool so far. I know a few of you guys are either in Mexico or I think Africa and India, but if you're from somewhere else, Can you let me know in the chat? I'm curious to know who's coming to these lives at this time. Because sometimes time zone, it's not ideal for everyone. But I'm curious to know how many countries are with us. I really wish I was able to have a better time zone when I do my lives. BVS, you are in California. Well, thank you so much for being there. I know California is gonna be kind of, oh, like, what, is it 10 o'clock for you right now? 10 at night? Or no, you're 3 hours behind, so it's gotta be 7 for you, I think, right? It's gotta be 7. Yeah, 7 p.m. Thanks for letting me know. And thanks for being there. I think it's a good time for people on the West Coast. I think that's a good time. It's the East Coast that I guess it's harder. I love the effect I'm doing right here. This is called a core shadow. If you guys want a little trick here, I know these live sessions don't have a lot of tricks, but this is a core shadow. So essentially, when you have an object, and I'm following the reference picture, right? Like, it's not like I'm inventing that, but knowing what it is will help you when you do it. A core shadow is what you have between light and shadow. So if I were to make like a quick ball here, you know, I'm going to make just a circle here. I'm going to fill that circle with this. And then you would have, let's say we have a light direction that goes into this direction. You would have the terminator that would stop the light like this, right? But then you would have the bounce light or second light source that comes there, and then you would have, you know, the rest of the rendering of the ball, essentially. Just gonna do a quick rendering here with some specular highlights of some sort on it. Whoops. Some specular highlight of some sort here. And then what you have in between this part here and this part here right there, that's called a core shadow. And it's just a very fun way to render things that looks just more 3D. Is drop a core shadow here and there. Kat, you say about the search history for the Manikineko and convert it to English to give information, but the result shows me in English. That sounds good. Antonik, you say Bulgaria. It's 5:03 p.m. Nah, Bulgaria's got to be AM. No, it's got to be in the morning. It's got to. Bulgaria. Yeah, it's got to. So yeah. So just having fun here, kind of pushing that core shadow a little bit to squeeze that light just a little bit more. Yeah. This man broke science. This man broke science. I don't know what you're referring to. Film, let me know. I was trying to read the chat to understand. But yeah, pushing that cat just a little bit more. We have some sort of a like a shape here. I don't think I'm gonna put too much detail there. It's gonna be fine without the detail. Bulgaria time. It's morning. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think it's morning right now. So anyhow, I'm gonna stay with you guys a little bit more and try to push this a little bit more. And when I'm there, just yeah. If you ask any questions or anything, I'm there for you. These are pretty cool. You know what I realized the other day is that this style, I think, got inspired by one of my very good friends back in Montreal. It's an amazing artist, really. I don't think he knows that I idolize him a little. His name is Zoltan Vivat. It's a Belgian name, I think. But he does these amazing, I'm going to say acrylic, maybe it's oil, but paintings. I think he had a series in the early 2020s. Where you would have these kind of like, almost like collages, a little bit like I'm doing right now, of like pop culture elements and characters mixed together. There was a little bit of anime style in it, and I always thought that looks amazing. But when I was living in Montreal, I was doing graphic design at the time, and it was just not on my radar to start like my illustrative career just right away. And I just find myself like going back to that kind of like a little bit of that style, which I think is just really cool. Just a few years behind though. Maybe the style has passed, but I still think it looks super cool. Keep pushing. I think that green is not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be more white. Thanks, Cat, for letting me know about the cat. Yeah. I really like. I just like not pushing too much the detail these days, but it still looks, I don't know, fun in 3D, and there's a artistic touch to it. I wanted to get, do I have a lucky strike? Still lucky something. I don't have a... I'm just gonna have to wing it, I guess. I don't have a reference for the gold effect. I might just create that gold effect. Let's try to push that. Now that I have the base for the entire kind of illustration, I'm gonna start adding texture. And a texture that I've been like having a lot of fun playing with these days is inspired from JC Landecker, where I essentially I'm kind of follow the form of whatever I'm painting, in this case these ladies and cat, and then I kind of round it up. Here, I'll start here, basically here like this. I'm hatching a little bit in the direction of whatever shape is there, and it feels just like it's adding details without looking like I'm trying to add details, essentially. According to the folklore, a poor 17th century monk lived in a small temple in Setagaya, Tokyo, with his pet bobtail cat. Huh, that's interesting. Thanks, cat. Zama 8. The application is Photoshop, my friend. Photoshop. So yeah. Let's add some more texture to this cat. You see, they live a quiet life until one day a lord samurai, Lil Noataka, the man visited the area. And while he was on his way to hunt, a huge storm erupted and the lord looked for shelter under a tree outside the temple. I like that we're having like a whole story. Please keep posting. I wanna know the rest of the story. While there, he noticed the monk's cat with one paw, appearing as though he was waving to him to come inside the temple. Huh. Interesting. Is there more to the story? And he said, as he moved towards the cat, a lightning bolt struck the tree where he had just being standing. Noataka was so grateful to the cat for saving his life that he became the patron of the temple. Huh, that's a super cool story. Thanks for sharing, Cat. Thanks for sharing, Cat. Film, you say Affinity Photo is a good alternative to Photoshop painting, essentially a Photoshop clone with a one-time price. Yeah, I know. I know it's always a debate on like why am I using still Photoshop to this day, but the reality is I'm at this point old and stubborn, and I don't think I'll ever change. More to the story. So what happened to the cat and the samurai? So he helped to repair it and made more space for the poor monk. When the cat died, a statue of the cat was made to commemorate its life, and the location continued to be considered as sacred today. Oh, that's super cool story. I didn't know. Now I know. So it's more than just money. It's actually just good fortune, good luck, really. Which makes sense. I don't think a monk would have cared about money, really. Alright, so just trying here to add some visual interest by adding a little bit more, just a little bit more lighting and detail to this cat. I guess this is supposed to say something here, but I'm not able to read it. It's probably either a Japanese. Is it Japanese? What's the story coming from? Folklore, Tokyo. So yeah, Japan. But yeah, maybe I can fake it a little by adding a few squiggly line. Don't take it against me if I wrote something that has nothing to do with it. It's kind of something like that. Photopea, another alternative to Photoshop. Okay. I know there's a bunch of stuff that are like free on the internet. You can use. I think the problem is I think most people assume that if you pay for it, it's going to be better. It's not the case. I'm not saying that Photoshop is better than all these different versions of great software we have online. In my case, it's really just a question of like, what am I comfortable with? And when you're doing it professionally and you need to, you need to get to the illustration and not learn about the software, that's where I think it's hard for people like me to just switch, because we're already kind of used to a certain way to work, and it'd be just kind of like complicated and longer to learn about a new software. All right. Let me find a good luck font. So, good. That's the font I created with my own writing, but I don't think it fits the illustration. Let's see. see if I can find something different. I really like that. I've been using this kind of font for similar projects, but maybe not for this illustration. Let's see if there's something else. Usually I would go online and try to find something that just works best, but oh, that's good. I think that's good enough. And film channel, you say so true. It's very quick. I don't know how good it is with shortcut because it's browser based. Yeah, which is exactly the reason why I try to stick to the things that I know. Good luck. Give me a second, guys. Hello. Okay, thank you. Getting a delivery. All right, let's try to take those two together and put them darker. I kind of like that green at the back. I might try to take out that good luck sketch first. And then put that here. Should I try a different color? Like maybe like yellow or something? Oops, not that, that. I think yellow is good. And then maybe, sorry, oh, there we go. Squirrel, the font Squirrel. You think it would be a good match? I'm gonna stick to this one right now because I'm short on time, but thanks for the suggestion. I'll go check it out afterwards. We don't read the look, but it's some kind of nice graphic effect. All right, let's put all of this into that group. What did we did today? We went from there to there. Boom. Some nice rendering. You see, you're halfway through your good luck painting. Really like this prompt. Awesome. Be sure to post it online and don't be scared to tag my name. I'd love to see it afterwards. Yeah, I think I'm not done with this one, but I think I'll be done in the sense that I don't think I'll put more work after the live. Unfortunately, I think I'll have to move on to other stuff. Which is, you know, one of the things that I like about the daily prompt challenge. You know, you don't have to feel bad if the illustration that you're doing doesn't result into like a portfolio piece necessarily. I think the exercise of taking the time to do it is already pretty good. So yeah. Trying to push a little bit more that face. Not too much though, because there's really no need. It's so small. But I could try to kind of add some more volume to the hair. All right, maybe I can just push a few more details so that this is looking a little bit more finished. I'm gonna try to have the eye looking in the right direction. I feel like these eyes are too big, right? That's the issue, I think. I think that's better. Proportions of the face are not particularly great either, but meh. I think it will do for now. See a little bit more redness and saturation can help. Maybe a delimitation between the lips. Just to say. Sorry, I'm getting at the place where I'm like so concentrated that I basically talk to myself. It's just a little bit more touch up here. Face is not great here, but it's fine for now. I'm also looking at a smaller screen, which helps, but at the same time doesn't fix the mistakes. I think I'm going to try to just add some highlights here and there for her. I really like the highlights I already have there. I don't know if one more there would make sense. I think the eye is in the shadow, so I don't think that maybe maybe. Maybe trying to push the iris color a little. Could be interesting, adding a little bit more depth to the eyes. I mean, the eyebrows are cool the way they are. Could add just a few strings of hair. That hair here hasn't been touched at all. Could just try to give it a little bit more shape. And just a bit more volume. something like that. Maybe a brighter highlight here. Maybe the same thing here. I don't know how much that makes sense, but it helps to frame the face a little. So yeah, maybe pushing that and that. Maybe some highlight on the lip. Adding highlight is really all you need when you want to add some details. It's not about adding tiny hair in the hair. It's just finding the right places to add those highlights. I think makes a huge difference usually. Let's delete some of that stuff. Just trying to wrap up the illustration. So it looks like I spent at least a little bit of time everywhere. Maybe I'm going to create a kind of a cast shadow on her. Put that on multiply. Create a little bit more volume. Maybe darken that here. Just, yeah, overall pushing stuff. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna call it done for today, guys. There's a lot more that I would like to finish on this, but it's good enough for this daily 5. So you get the sketch versus rendering, sketch versus rendering. So yeah, pretty happy with this one still. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for everybody that was live with me, guys. It's always a pleasure to be able to converse with you all during these live painting sessions. Friendly reminder that if you want the Black Friday deal, it's going to be off the table on midnight PT 28. And thank you BBS90 and Kat that says thank you and lovely. Thank you so much, guys. So yeah, if you want the deal, it's there. You save 80% on a series of tutorials made for character design, and I call the bundle Character Design Studio Bundle. If you're on Instagram, you just have to put BF24 and I'm going to send you a link. I set up an automation there. If you are on YouTube. Geez, I don't even know if I put a link in there. I'm a terrible advertiser. I'll put a link, I guess, afterwards. But if you go check paintable.cc/character design studio bundle with dashes in between each word, you'll get it there. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next week. I still don't know what we'll do next week, so I guess a bit of a surprise there. I'll try to announce it on the newsletter list on Monday. Have a great day. Have a great Thanksgiving if you're in the States. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Ciao, ciao.